Hi everyone, it's Liz from Crafty with Nani. How is your Friday going? I always have to think, is it Friday? No. So if you see that live button, that means we're live. It'll be red usually, it'll say live. And if it's not, then if you could just put hashtag replay if you watch it, that helps me know that you watched me. And I can say hi to you in the comments. I like to do that. I'm just going to take a second and find me on my page if I can. And then we're going to start working in the boys tractor book that we've been working on. So I just need to find me. I am live. Yep, there I am. Okay. I am live. Hi, Linda Fletcher. It says that you're on my computer, but it's not giving me any messages on my phone. So it says comments will appear here. So they're not, but I'm going to move my computer just a little bit closer so I can read the comments on it. And I don't know why sometimes it decides it doesn't want to appear on the phone or not. Woo! Those are dirty. So this is the truck that we're making for my aunt, Janet, that lives in Virginia. It's for her grandson, who's going to be turning 7. Hi, Barb. Thank you for joining us today. So we took 4 books. I think it was 4. Well, I took 4 books apart. We put 3 books into here. So we sewed in 5 signatures into this 1-inch spine. Can you believe it? And we're doing really good to not get it too fat already. You know, we're just trying to be mindful of what we put in it. We're not adding any lace, so we don't have to worry about this part getting fat. And I really haven't done a lot off camera. I've been trying to do, I think we made this last time. I'm going to turn you guys down so you can see better. Then maybe my comments will show. I don't know, me touching the, let's just pray that we don't lose internet. Hi, Mary. Hi, Renee. How are you today? So this one is like a belly band, but it also opens up and it has a journaling area for him to journal on. So I think that's kind of fun. And then we have like this little card here for him to journal on. And then this one, it had a rip. Somebody had been very loving to this book. And hi, Mary Ferguson. Thank you for coming in. So we put the vellum across it just because it had tape going across the page. And it looks good because you can still see it, and we made it like a little pocket for him, you know, like so grandma gives him cards or whatever he can put in it. But this is for Porter. See, like this one's got a tape going across it too. So we added another pocket for vellum on this side. And Porter wants to be a fireman when he grows up, but he wants to be a fireman on a farm and stuff. So we have all kinds of like trucks and fire trucks and different trucks that we're putting in. And so far I really haven't decorated the storyline too much. We just added, you know, some separate papers, and we made like these little pockets. And oh, thank you for kicking out my cow patties. Hi, Linda Martin. How are you? Hi, Jamie. What'd you make for lunch? Thank you for kicking out the cow patties. That's kind of a weird thing to say when I'm asking you what you had for lunch. I can assume it's not cow patties. But we have little tags right here, and we need to probably put some string on it. And the only string that I'm using for like the tags and stuff is like this little jute, because it's thin, it's boyish, and I'm just going to add it to the tags. And then Grandma can add, I don't know if she's going to have time to come on here or not, but she can write him little notes on these tags or whatever. She did send me some pictures of him, and I do need to print those out still. And I'm gonna ask her if she wants me just to bring it with me in October, or if she wants me to mail it to her before then, because I am gonna see her in October when I go out there. So I am so looking forward to this vacation. It's gonna be like so fun. I'm going to go see my really good friend in Missouri and stay a few days with her. Hi Debbie, how are you? How's your Friday going? So anyways, I'm gonna go see her, and then from Missouri I'm gonna head out to Virginia, and I'm gonna see Justin with the Crafty Brother and everybody that's in his private group. They're having a meet and greet, and we're gonna have like a big barbecue at his house and stuff. So I am so excited to do that. And then from there I'm gonna go to Janet's house, my aunt, and then from there I'm gonna go to West Virginia and see Jimmy Lou at her retreat. So it's all working out, like it's all back to back, and it's just lining up perfectly for me to be able to do this. And I am super, super excited. So let's see, let's get busy decorating, because right now I just got, so that was the first signature. And so now we're into the engine book. So in this book, the story, I mean, the pages on the little golden book were the graphics were all the way from edge to edge. And it looks like we did a couple little things in here. So we really haven't added a lot of stuff to it, because really we only added a few pages per signature to decorate. So let's see what we have. I was busy cutting out like little ephemera, and then I had this material that hi Tracy, thank you for coming in. So I fussy cutted out this material that I had, and I took out the green truck and I fussy cutted the white or the red Jeep, and I'm gonna add those, and I haven't decided whether or not I want to if I want to just stick them in. I was thinking about adding them to this paper, but then I looked over and this kind of looks like something that one of these monster trucks would drive on, you know, that weave. So I don't know if I want to attach it onto that or put it in the pocket. So for right now, I think I'm just gonna put it in the pocket, and then he can pull them out. Hi Tracy, thank you for joining us today. And so this way he can pull them out and play with them or whatever. And then I'm gonna put this one, you know, in the back pocket. And then if we decide to glue it in later, we can, you know. But it just looks like something that would, you know, be super fun to pull out and if he wants to and play. So where were we? We were in the fire truck, right? So we do need to, cover this page, and I don't really have anything screaming fire truck. So I guess I should have looked up fire truck, but I do have like this blue paper here that we could put on here, and I think I will do that. And let me grab my pocket or my hole puncher thing, and we'll punch a little hole in it so it'll look like it's a pocket. So I don't know if I'm missing. Hi Carol, thank you for coming in. You sneaked in on me. I didn't see your name pop up. So I'm not getting any messages on my phone, but I am getting some on my laptop, so that's good. So I'm just notching out a little notch, and I haven't even used any distress oxide in this book yet, but I think I might want, this is blue, and I think I might want to use a little bit of the blue on this one. So let's go ahead and use some of this, and all I'm using is it's Rangers, and it's faded jean, and that's what this is like a jean. So I'm just going to pop that on a little bit, and then we'll distress this page. Hi, Tracy. So what's everybody planning on doing this weekend? Anybody have any good plans? I know that from watching Jamie on Just Crafting with Jamie 2, she kind of went on where Sue goes on, and she was saying that Sue B said that she was cleaning, and I thought, oh my, cleaning on a Friday. She's been gone a week on vacation, so she's probably still on vacation mode in her head. You know, like when you come back from a vacation, you're like, oh, you got to catch up on all this stuff. And even though your house was empty for a week, it still feels like other people, or, you know, she had somebody coming in and feeding her cat. So I'm just going to put glue around 3 sides. And I went and got my nails done this morning. And we were talking yesterday about pink. And guess what? I got a super, super light color pink. Again, what is up with that? All the colors I could have picked, and I picked a super light pink. I don't know. It kind of looks really natural though, so that's what I was thinking. So we have that, and it's a little pocket. Hi, Becky. How are you? What you doing today? Thank you. Yeah, I think they look really natural, and that's, you know, what I want. They look natural. They get too long. And I have this truck, but he's kind of a little bit too fat for right there. And I fussy cutted out this, and it can stand out a little bit, but it does, it definitely sticks out more than what I was wanting it to stick out. So I'm just looking around my desk, because like I said, I've been cutting different stuff. And so let's just see if we have something that we can pop on there for a pocket, on top of a pocket or a tuck. So none of those are working for me though. But I do like this boulder, so I could fussy cut that boulder out real quick and put that on here, and that might be really cute. Let me put my cap on my glue. But has anybody got any really neat plans for, sorry about the dog barking. She wants in, but she has already been a little thief today. She likes to get in my trash can. And they're all going now. And the guys are out there working, putting in a water line to the new cattle pens that are going in. And for the new people that are watching, my name is Liz, and we live on a ranch. There's 4 generations, and we're in West Texas. So sometimes I feel like I repeat myself all the time on it, but you know, there are new people that are watching all the time, so we gotta let new people know. And so that's kind of cute, and I'm gonna keep these for another one if I need to. And then we can just put that down here as a little tuck. So if he gets, like I said, if he just gets like cards from grandma, and grandma can put some notes in it or whatever, that'll be fun. Hi Penny, how are you? What are you doing this weekend? So I'm just gonna put glue on this side and the bottom, so 2 sides. And yeah, when Janet was asking me to make this book for her grandson, she's like, he wants to be a fireman, but he wants to live on a farm and drive tractors and trucks on his farm. So I thought, okay, I think I can figure out how to put all that together. So we're just trying to keep it boyish, though. We're not going to add any lace. And I guess there's going to be an event tomorrow on the herd Jamie's gonna be in it. I think Sue B's in it. I don't know if Becky's in it. Are you gonna be in it, Becky? Hi, Sheila. How are you? How's your starting of the weekend going? There's nothing but farmers. Oh, how did the horse do, or how did the dog do? My dog actually goes in with my horse. I don't really like him to go in there too much, but he does go in with my horse. So we have that page, and now I got to do this page. And I think I want to put this on this page. And I don't care that it sticks out because the other pages are bigger. And we don't have a tuck spot here. So let's glue this one on. You don't think you're in it tomorrow? Well, you better find out, Becky. I don't know who's in it either. I just know it's a big one, I guess. I guess all day long one. I'm not in it either. I only do events, like I'll be in an event on Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday or Thursday. I think it's Thursday for the Journal Pals. So I really only do a couple of events. So that looks cute on there. And looks like they're getting ready to throw some bricks on the way to the fire. They stared at each other. That's usually horses are usually pretty good about knowing whether or not they feel any threat from the animal that's approaching them. So as long as the horse itself stays calm, you shouldn't have any problem. It's if the horse starts acting up, then it's time to like move your dog out real quick. So I do like this dump truck kind of deal, and I think I like it on its side like that. And like I said, we don't have to worry about it sticking out because we have plenty of room for it to stick out. But if I put it straight, I actually like it crooked. Looks like he's driving off. So I think I'm going to put that there. And I think I'll put it down on the bottom, and I will make this like a little tuck. So I'm just going to put glue down here around the tires and then on the tailgate. And I don't know if I'm going to put it there yet or not. So, but I just got to make sure that I don't get it off. So I'm just going to start where the tread changes color right here. And go down the bottom. And we'll see if it will hold. I'm actually having fun making this boy book. I didn't know if I would, because I do like to, to jazz it up and add, different fun stuff to it. But it is kind of neat to be doing a boy one. I'm thinking I need to add a little bit of glue to this tailgate just because it wants to flip up. And I just don't want it to tear when he turns the pages. So, thank you, Renee. Yeah, this has been, like I said, this has been a fun book to make. So we have another full white page that we need to add something to. And I did find, Jamie sent me these books, and they do have like some farm stuff on it. So I think this one will look good. I'm going to cut off his Daddy's Tall and Strong on it if I can. And let's get the cutting mat out. So we're adding a total of, I've taken a total of 5 books to get all my ephemera and stuff and what's in it. So we have really used up some books. But this book kind of, I don't know, because Jamie lives like in Amish area, close to Amish, and I don't know if this is an Amish storybook or not, because the girls are wearing, in the book, the girls are wearing like their hats, and it just seems like they're Amish. But I don't know, he's driving a truck, so maybe not. I do know some Amish drive but not all of them have horses and buggies, but I don't know. It just reminded me kind of like an Amish, but now that I see that he's got a truck back here, I'm rethinking that. I think that's why you guys have such great, oops, I almost ripped it. I think like Pennsylvania area and all of those states and stuff, you guys have such great estate sales and great, I can't think, great flea markets and all that kind of stuff. In Texas, we don't, where I live in Texas, we hardly have any. I mean, we have a couple of antique malls, and the prices are so high in them that it's ridiculous. Oh, I need to cut a little bit more off. What side? What side do we cut? Cut Dad's backhand off, or let's see if I can take a little bit off of the Mennonites. Yeah, that's maybe what it is. They just live a very minimal lifestyle, right? I don't know. I love all kinds of lifestyle. You know, it's like, I don't care where you're from as long as you're a good person. You know, it's like, I'm open to all of it. If you're a good person, I'm happy. So I think that looks good on there. So we'll add that. And we'll see how, but this book is like a black and white book. It's really pretty. It's almost like somebody drew all the pictures in a charcoal and then printed it. And I don't know where I think she found it at a thrift store. She like texted me, or she messaged me and said, Liz, look at these books. Is this what you're looking for? Because she knew I was looking for books to do this book with. And because we had been talking about it on her lives. And I said, oh yeah, that's perfect. So that looks good on there. And it's just Dad and him, you know, like I said, he wants to be on a farm. And it's fun. So now we got to find something to fill up this page with. And I do have, we're still in the fire book. I do have some really cute cattle ones, but I think I'm going to save that until we get into the farm book. So I think we'll still deal with like the trucks and stuff on this one. And we have this guy, and I can cut some of that off. And let's see what these pages are. Oh, this is a farm one, so we're going to save that one for the farm. And we have this little truck. As you can see, I've been cutting out stuff out of the pages, so I still, hi Jimmy Lou, are you all rested back up from your trip? So let's see if we can cut this one down and see if we can get it inside of there. So I'm just taking all the excess, and I'm keeping the storyline out of this one because I don't want it to get confused with the story from the other. So I'm just, because this is in the middle of another book, and I don't want them to think that this was part of that book. So that's why I'm cutting out the words. So we still need to get some more off of it. I think what I'll do is I'll cut it in half and I'll put 2 pictures on it. That's what we're going to do. So I haven't seen Janet jump on. Hi Jill, how are you? Hey Christy, thank you for coming in. How is your area today? Christy lives about an hour and a half from me, and we've got to manage to go and have lunch and go thrifting together or something, because she lives in a better area than I do. She lives closer to the big city than me. So I think that's kind of cute. I think we'll do that. And maybe I'll round the corners if I can get my corner rounder to work. And we'll add these to it. So I did see the pictures, Jimmy Lou, that you posted for the event. And I'm so excited. Looks like it's gonna be fun. I don't know why in my mind I thought it was a church, but it's a school building, she said. And apparently some of Larry's family went to school there. So how fun is that? So we can put those in there and that'll be cute. I know, I wish you could go live too. It's so hard to go. I'm wondering if we should make these little pockets. I will. I'm going to make them little pockets. I have a hard time even going live sometimes in my daughter's store, because I do some lives, you know, from my daughter's store sometimes, and just depending on where I'm standing, it can like cut off really easily. So I don't understand. Hi, Lisa. How are you? You were making pictures. What are you making pictures of? I was printing out pictures of nutcrackers earlier. But every time I go to print out a couple of them, I cut their feet off. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But I need to make some ephemera with your nutcrackers. So that's kind of cute, and we can make a little, we can put a pocket within a pocket. No, let's see. I did make some tags, and we'll see if this little tag. I like this little tag that I did it with. I made the tags with one of these. And so it put the lines on it so he can write on it if he wants to. And we'll just put a thread on it. Making sunflowers. Ooh, that's one of my favorite flowers. When we moved to the ranch, this is 400 acres here on the ranch, and there was probably at least 200 acres of nothing but sunflowers. And it was so beautiful. But apparently it's very common for sunflowers to come up after wheat is grown. And a lot of people grow off and on wheat and then grass, like red wheat and then grass for the cattle. Ooh, that ought to be fun, Becky. How do you get to 2 states in one day thrifting? They were so bunched together, huh? Gosh, you guys are so lucky. For me to get out of Texas, it takes me, you can make a belly band. It takes me 6 hours to get out of Texas. 6 hours. Or 5 hours, I think, to get to New Mexico. I'm still trying to use this one, but it is just so wide. And I don't think it looks good sideways. So let's go ahead and cut off some of this, and we'll use this, I think. I think we'll use this one. I think. I just need to cut it down a little and get it as close as I can to the tractor. And we'll cut off part of the crane that's holding this thing in the air, and then it'll be like, how is it holding that up? A little bit more off. A little bit more. I wish I had a wider lens. Let's see if I can take a smidge, as we were saying yesterday, a smidge off the backside. I know they have 100 miles rummage sale. Oh, can you imagine? Justin was talking about that too, from the just crafting. He's got a couple of names, but he was on last night and he was talking about his dad wanted to do some of that. But can you imagine? I think I'd be out of money by the 10th mile. I don't know. I don't know how much money I could spend in 100 miles going garage selling. Has anybody ever like sold anything in those 100-mile garage sales? Have you ever put up a booth and sold? I think they've even put that one on TV a couple of times. We made him another little pocket. And I think I'll put this little truck inside of it like that, the little tag. And let me get my tag punch and we'll make this into a tag. I'm telling you, I gotta quit watching all you guys. You guys all have these little toys, and then next thing you know, I have to get them. I was just watching Jamie, and she said, oh, she got a sale. And then I had to jump on there and get some new Nuvo drops. And I'm like, ah. And I'm trying to save up for this trip. I don't know what is your people that live in Virginia or West Virginia, in that area, what does gas cost there? I have no idea. Our gas at our gas station is $2.69 a gallon. But I don't know what it is like where everybody else lives. I know, like when I went to California to visit my stepmom, the gas cost me almost $7 a gallon, and I about croaked because I had to buy gas. But it's come down from there now. But I really want to put this page in here. I need something green on it. And I've been going back to this guy forever and a day. And it just doesn't look good sideways. So I think we're gonna trim. What is it you're saying? You're by the Dallas-Fort Worth, Jamie? Oh, I can come see you too, because that's only 2 hours away. We need to like get a little group together and go have like lunch and go garage selling, or go, because I could drive out there. It's like a straight shot. I mean, until I get into Dallas, and then I have to get into all the interchanges in Dallas. It's $2.79. Okay, that's good. But I'm not going to be in Wisconsin, so. How much is gas in Virginia? Does anybody live in? I have to ask Janet. Actually, Linda Martin, don't you live in $3.79 some places, over $4? Ah! See, that's just too much money in California. I know the prices have come way down, but it went way up. It was so skyrocketing high. So we'll put that there. And when I went, it's been a couple of years since I went. I made this, I made it like a belly band. So we're gonna add this one on it. And it has like these little tucks and stuff. So I'm going to actually put it as a side pocket and put it over so he can get into these pockets. So, but yeah, that's the only cost, or what I'm worried about, is getting into a state where it's super expensive. And then I think there's a lot of $2.99 in Maryland. That's not bad. But there's a lot of toll roads, right? I got to figure out that too, because I remember when my dad and I drove my mom's stuff out to my brother in Minnesota. She was sick, and I told my brother, you need to take care of Mom for a little while, because I've been taking care of her for like 10 years. I needed a break. So we drove her stuff out to Minnesota, and we ended up on a toll road. We don't even know how we ended up on it, but we couldn't get out of it because there wasn't anywhere to get out. So, but I don't know about the toll roads. Yours fluctuates. Does it fluctuate like into the $5 range, or is it just in the $3 range? As long as I stay in the $3 range, I should be okay. So now we have a pocket there, and we have a little pocket here, and a pocket there, and a pocket there, and a pocket there, and a pocket there. Pockets everywhere. So I'll add some tags to that. And just keep going. What's our time? Oh, we still have a lot of time. So I still have this one. I don't know, I do love that blue truck. Let's see if we can get that blue truck on here. Let me just clean up this edge over here real good, because it kind of tore when I was ripping it out of the, and I'm gonna see if I can fussy cut, and I think we'll be able to get it all the way on there. So I'm just gonna fussy cut and read comments. Always less than $3. See, I think it's gonna be good. I think I'll be okay. I get like, if I'm on the highway, you know, not little surface streets, I get 600 miles to a tank of gas. So I think I will be pretty good on my gas. It's just, I'm not quite sure. You know, Texas is really straight. It's a very flat state. And it cracks me up when I hear people say mountains and all that kind of stuff in Texas, and I'm trying to see whether or not I want to fussy cut, or if I want to leave it in the dirt. And so let me cut down. Let me cut down here, because we're gonna have to anyways, and we'll see if it looks good on the page, or if we want to completely fussy cut it. Sorry, little bumper. I took a little bit of your bumper off. I still need to take a little bit of this bumper off. Or I could leave the bumper and take a little bit of that off. Let's do that. But I think when I leave Missouri, I could probably drive all the way to Virginia in a day, but it's gonna be a rough day. Hi Carol, how are you? My Friday's going good. I went and got my nails done, and I was so proud of myself. I figured out how to get back to town via the highway, and I was able to mail out all the packages that were from yesterday's sale that were paid for. And so all of those are going out. And actually we only have one, and she said she put her check in the mail, so we're doing good on that. So what do you think? Should we just add the whole page? I think it kind of looks cute like that in there. This looks like the grass on the top, so I think I'm gonna add I like the contrast with the dirt and stuff. So let's do it. All right. Thank you, Jamie, for coming in. I'll catch you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Which is going to, this one had a little rip in it, which should be okay. We'll just add a little bit more glue down there. But that looks cute on that page. And we have a green page on the back side. I know, I need to get my atlas out. It's in the, I got to go to the storage unit. It's in storage. And I got to get it out and map out my, I need to map out my route. But we've kind of got it down on, in maps on my phone, but I would like to have a physical copy of it. So I would like to have a physical copy because I think it'll make more sense to me where I'm going. Because I'm cutting through a bunch of states. And on my way back, I'm going to go through Tennessee, and I'm going to get to see Lindy from Tater Bugging. So I'm super excited about that. So that's how I'm going to end my trip, and I think that is amazing. We're gonna meet and get a hug. So I get to see everybody. Hi Maritza, how are you? So on my trip, I'm going to go live, you know, when I take my stops and stuff, just so my page doesn't collapse while I'm gone. And then in Missouri, I'm going to go live from my girlfriend's antique booth that she has, and we'll go around there and I'll show everybody. And I think we'll make this a little pocket. I think I'll tuck, I think I'll put a little notch here so he knows it's a pocket. But anyways, I'm gonna try and do a live like when I get to like gas stations or rest stops and stuff like that. And I'll go live from Justin's, and I'll go live from my aunt's, and not quite, well, we'll be live with Jimmy Lou, so I'm not sure what, you know, I can go live when I get back to the room, you know, kind of deal, so, at the retreat. So I don't think I'll be able to go live while I'm at the retreat, you know, because that's her time, but I will definitely try and go. I'm just going to stick this picture in here because I can't find a home for it. Did I not put any glue there? I'm going to sneak some more glue in this crevice right here because it wants to pop up. But I can go live from the hotel room and stuff. Takes 4 hours to get to Morgantown from Virginia. Okay. Yeah, I haven't mapped it out from Janet's house because I'll be going from my aunt's house in, I think it's Suffolk or something like that, Virginia, to Morgantown. So that's kind of cute. I think I'll turn it sideways, and we'll have that tucked in there. I've got 15 more minutes, and we can add something to this one. And then we're almost into the farm journal. So we need to put something here. And I do have this brown pockets I made, which is the right shape and the right side. So I'm going to put it in here, and then we're going to make it a pocket within a pocket within pockets within pockets. So I'm just going to put glue around 3 sides. And I will make some tags in blue and red, and the green color cardstocks, and put in here for him to have. we're just gonna hold that down. Oh my goodness, Tracy. Well, I hope everything works out for your husband, and I know about that. My husband, I'm so worried. That's the only thing that worries me, is that my husband's gonna be 83 this next month, and leaving him alone. Well, he's not really alone because there are people on the ranch, but usually by the time they find him, he's fallen or something. So that's the only thing that has me kind of worried about my trip. I'm not worried about going myself. I'm just worried about leaving my husband alone for that long a time. So it's going to take me about 2 weeks. So I love this paper. I got this paper at Ollie's, and they had a good sale on it. And it's kind of thick, like cardstock paper, and I just love the brown. It comes in an 8.5 by 11. And I've been making tags and tags and tags out of it. I've been making so many tags. And I'm liking the green tags, but I do need to get some other colors in here. Yeah, it's hard when, you know, when we get old. He's 17 years older than me. And you know, you don't think about it. You know, we've been together 40 years. You know, 40 years ago, he was young. Now he's not young. Now he's old. And I'm older too. I like this kitty and the skunk and stuff. We're gonna use that one and the farm one. I'm just trying to figure out what to put on this page. We don't have a lot of, I do have this cardstock, this green, but that's not right. So, and I've been trying to not put any like waterfalls in it and stuff like that, because I want to make sure that we don't put anything that's, you know, gonna make it too thick. Like I said, we have 5 signatures in here. So we can add this pocket, and I think I can actually cut it down to where I can get this little guy in it still. And I'm gonna kind of cut it on a sideways and fussy cut it a little bit, so I can get this guy, and I'm just gonna kind of go around. I probably won't get this truck in here. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, it's, you know, I was warned. Well, I was warned. But when you're young and in love, you don't think of it. You know, no, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. And then the next thing you know, you're like, oh, this is what they were talking about. So, I'm just kind of fussy cutting, a wide fussy cut. And then I think I'm going to take these other clippers to some of the area, just to make it look kind of cute. I have these little scissors that make that crazy cut. And mine is from Provo Crafts, and it just says paper shaper. I was watching somebody and they said it was telling them what it was making on them, but mine shows a picture, but it doesn't give you the name of it. But that's kind of cute there. And we'll just make that a little tuck, and then it'll be white behind it, which I don't really like. But I do have this wood I could put behind it. But that kind of takes away from, I think I'd almost like to keep it white. I could put the green behind it, but the green don't look good. So we're gonna keep it white. And then that way he can color or do whatever he wants to with it. So I'm just gonna put some glue on the bottom and this one corner. And I'll have to look and see if I have any more of these trucks that I can fussy cut out and put there. And I'm going to leave that open on the edge just because that way he can tuck something wide in there if he needs to. And we have this truck, so let's go ahead and cut off some of the wording. Like I said, I don't want him to get confused on which book he's in. And which one? The other side. And I'll just go ahead and kind of just trim it up funny looking. This one always locks. I don't know if anybody else has this brand or not, but it always wants to clap. Clam shut. So we'll kind of put that in there and have a little tuck within a tuck. Actually, I could glue that in on the side and it would make a tuck there. Let's do that. Let's do that. So I'm just adding glue to the edge over here, and that'll hold it in place, and it kind of will make a tuck within a tuck. So now it's like a pocket behind that one and a tuck spot behind this one. And if I find something else to put up there, I can find something cute to put up there. So we still have this one page left. And I was thinking about making the envelope pocket. And I'm trying to see if I have enough to cover it in something. So I am really out of all of that fun paper, but I think I will go this way with it. I have an idea. So we're going to cut off the top of this. And so that'll open up the envelope. And I'm just going to glue it shut just where the glue is. So that way, if you go past the glue line, then you usually lose that part of the envelope as well. So I'm just going where the glue line was. And then I'm going to cut, normally I would just fold it up, but I'm going to cut this one at 5.5 inches. And that'll be the top part. And then now we have another envelope. And I'm gonna see if I can notch this one. And then we'll add that one to this one. So we have an envelope here, and I am just gonna put the slightest little notch on the top of here. I don't wanna lose all that black that's on there. I'm just gonna put an itty bitty notch. Just enough to where it looks like, you know, it's a pocket. So we'll glue that one on first. And just putting glue around 3 sides of it. And I could glue the pocket shut. It's not really necessary because it is going to have another pocket on top of it. So we'll glue this one and get it in place first. And then we'll stick the other one on top of it. So this one's already closed. And once we glue it in, the back pocket will close too. And it just gives it a little bit more room. Now, if it was for a girl, we would, you know, add lace and buttons and all the cute stuff, but it's a boy. So we can't do that. So now we have a pocket on top of a pocket. And We can put that one in there. And actually we have the pocket behind it. We have this pocket. And then we have this long pocket back here. That'll go. So we have quite a few pockets. And I might cut this one down just a little bit so it doesn't stick up too much too high. I'm just going to cut a little bit off of that one. And we'll stick this one in here. And actually we have a pocket behind it, so if you want to count that one, you have one pocket behind. And let's cut this one down a little bit. And then we have this pocket here. And then we have the pocket behind that pocket, and we have that pocket. So that was kind of fun. Looks like I need to hold that down just a little bit. And I do have one more of the books right there. So I'll add string to those. And then my time's gonna be up. And Jimmy Lou's got her sale going, I think, in just a couple of minutes. So we'll give everybody a time to go potty and get a drink before her sale starts. And then on Monday, we'll get into the farm part of this journal. So I'll be back on Monday at 2 o'clock Central Time. And I'm sure I'll see a lot of you guys in the comments. Jill, I need you to send me your, message me your address so I can send you some of the blue lace. But I need you to message me your address so I can get it out to you. And anybody else who wants the blue lace that I have, if you message me and say blue lace, I will put some in an envelope and send it out to you. Yep, we'll see you in a few minutes, Jimmy Lou. Thank you for sticking out with me and watching. And, I need 2 more of these tags. And I think this book is coming along. We really have not really made it too fat by not adding the lace. You know, it really has kept it quite, it's not too chubby wubby yet. I mean, we do still have 2 more signatures to go in the farm part, but we are trying to keep everything pretty flat. So I think it's working out. Really, the only thing that's sticking out is these little cords, you know, that we've been doing. But look, we've been decorating, and the only thing really are these little tag things up on the top, which just kind of, and a little bit on the sides here. But we really haven't added very much to it, you know, for it being 5 signatures. We've really been pretty good about keeping it, you know. I haven't added any waterfalls because I'm afraid the waterfall will be too big, but we might try and squeeze one in the farm journal, because we got the farm, we have 2 signatures of the farm journal left. And we might be able to stick a waterfall in. I didn't want to put any waterfalls in until I knew for sure that, you know, we weren't getting too fat. So I think I will, I have all these cute little farm animals and stuff like that, and we can make a waterfall on Monday for that and stuff. So we did pretty good. So I will see everybody in the comments. And like I said, if you want some of that pretty blue lace, I got a lot of it. So just message me your phone number and that you want blue lace, and I will get it out to you. And I will see everybody on all the comments, and I'll probably see you guys all at Jimmy Lou's sale that she's going to have going on in about 2 minutes. And I will talk to you guys all later. Thank you for crafting with Nani. Have a safe weekend, guys. Bye-bye.